dealt with.
So fortunate to travel around this great nation, talking to people in high risk industries. And as I do so, one of the most common questions I get is, hey, Gordon, what is lexipol all about? Perhaps you have that question. Well, let me give you the short version of a very long story. I joined the California Highway Patrol, the CHP, in 1973. Shortly thereafter, I became a motorcycle cop in Los Angeles, and one night, I tried to stop a traffic violator, and you guessed it, the chase was on, and the CHP had a pursuit policy, and I tried to follow it. However, the bad guy jumped off the freeway into LAPD jurisdiction, and LAPD got involved in the CHP chase. I was surprised by some of the things they were doing. And then we jumped into county area, and Los Angeles Sheriff's Department got involved. And what shocked me was their tactics were different than CHP and LAPD's. To make a very long story short, I started asking some questions, and I learned that the three biggest law enforcement agencies in California all had different policies on when and how to chase violators. My curiosity made me ask some more questions about shooting policies and use of force policies and other high-risk situations. I learned that even though we're all working under the same state and federal law, everyone had a different way of doing business. Fast forward 20 years. I'm giving talks to law enforcement personnel around the state of California, and I run into Bruce Bryant, another cop turned lawyer. I learned that he had similar experiences when he was a cop and similar concerns. And over the next several years, we refined our thinking. Out of that came Lexipol, a company initially designed to standardize policy, procedure, and training in California law enforcement operations. Fast forward another 20 years. Lexipol now has a robust presence around America. We serve many types of risk-centric organizations, including law enforcement, fire, corrections, probation, and juvenile detention. And many others are on the way. Risk management is the core of what we do. Our approach can be applied to any profession. Lexipol is founded on two basic principles of risk management. First, the standardization of policy based on current law and best practices, and second, backed up with constant and ongoing training. The same line of thinking we had way back then is still just as valid today. With this in mind, let me ask you a couple questions. City manager, city council, department head, are the policies of your organization up to date? All of them? Do they comply with all legal and regulatory requirements, both federal and state? Do they reflect the industry best practices? If something changes, no, I take that back. When something changes, are your policies going to be updated quickly and accurately? And are you sure about that? Do you train each of your employees on each of your policies? Do you teach your personnel what your policy says, what it means, and how to apply it? Is your policy training program solid, realistic, ongoing, and verifiable? Does it have a proven record of success? And if your answer to any of these questions was anything other than an emphatic and resounding yes, then your agency is at risk, unnecessarily. I have just one question, and I hear this around the country. Gordon, we can't afford to do this. No, my question is different. Can you afford not to? I think we all know the answer to that. Unfortunately, agencies today are being asked to do more and more with less and less. Few agencies can dedicate the resources required to develop and maintain policy the way it needs to be done, and then train on it. It takes much more than an intelligent and capable policy manager to do this right. Your solution is Lexipol. Please partner with us. Benefit from our dedicated team of industry experts, attorneys, and risk managers. We are committed to help you improve safety, reduce risk, and enhance the delivery of services to the community you serve. Come see what you've been missing. Learn more about us at www.lexipol.com. Again, thank you for your time, and thank you for all you're doing.